Hello, it's Film Frenzy, and in my latest film countdown, I'm not counting down movies, but instead characters. I'm ranking the top 10 most likely Avengers and other characters to die in Avengers Infinity War. So let's get started. At the number 10 spot, I have Clint Barton slash Hawkeye. So somehow Hawkeye has become the most talked about character leading up to Avengers Infinity War, partially because he's the least talked about character by Marvel and Disney. So it's kind of made fans wonder what exactly is in store for Hawkeye in this film. We know he's going to be in it. We've seen him filming it, but we start to wonder what exactly does his role in the movie entail. So personally, I think his chances of dying are very unlikely. So I think the chances of him dying are only about 10%. But I think it's more that he has a really spoiler-ridden journey maybe in the film, or maybe he's just not in the film much because it's leading up to a much larger role, maybe as Ronin in Avengers 4, because I know he did film for that, and that doesn't really mean he's not going to die because there's always flashbacks and other type of things, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to die in Infinity War. At the number 9 spot, I have ranked the Guardians of the Galaxy, particularly Gamora and Drax. When I'm discussing the Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't mean Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, or Mantis, but particularly, like I said before, Drax the Destroyer and Gamora. And that's because those two are the two Guardians with personal connections to Thanos. So I think that it's certainly possible, I'm saying 20% possible, that one of them, not both of them, but one of them will die in this film. And it just shows because they have personal connections. They're gonna go up against Thanos. They're gonna be maybe they're gonna be a little bit more dumb going against him because they have more personal stuff at stake, and they're gonna lack the strategic thinking that somebody that's not a little bit more distance from him, say, I don't know, Iron Man or Captain America will have. So the part why I'm saying it's only 20% is because there's already announced the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is gonna come out in 2020, I believe. So they can certainly have a Guardians of the Galaxy without one of the characters or two of the characters, but I'm saying most likely none of them are going to die, but there is still, I think, a 20% chance that either Gamora or Drax will. At number 8, I have Sam Wilson, also known as Falcon. So my reason for Falcon is, no, he's not been talked about a lot with Avengers Infinity War, saying, oh my god, he's really in a lot of death threats or anything. But what it is I feel like Avengers Infinity War is going to have at least 2, maybe 3 character deaths in the film. And I think one of them is going to be a very major character, and another is going to be more of a side character. So I think that the side character certainly could be Falcon. I'm saying 25% chance. And here's why. Captain America is going to be one of the main protagonists going up against Thanos. And what more would it be to hurt him than his best friend dying? Falcon, he hasn't been given enough time, I think, in the MCU because I love Falcon. But there's no new Captain America's movie that's gonna come out. I mean, Falcon in the comics does replace Captain America replace Steve Rogers as Captain America. But since Sebastian Stan as Winter Soldier has a 9-picture contract with Marvel, I think he's gonna be the one replacing Captain America. So therefore, I think there's certainly a good chance that Falcon will perish. At number 7, I have the Norse god Thor. When I was saying there'd be one major character, this is one of the options I was discussing. And here's my logic. He just completed his trilogy. People loved it. He's going off with a great send-off. The Russo brothers said that the main characters in this are Thanos, and kind of Thor is the main protagonist almost. Apparently he gets a ton of screen time. So wouldn't it make sense for the guy that's getting a ton of screen time for this to be his last stand, his last hurrah, going out with a bang? Totally. But on the other hand, this is Thor. He just got reinvented by Taika Waititi with his hilarious movie Thor Ragnarok. So why not continue to bank on that? Maybe make a Thor 4, or just have him continue on to Avengers 4 and other films. So I think overall the chances of Thor dying are about 30% in Infinity War. Number 6, I have James Rhodes slash War Machine. So with War Machine, here's the thing. Just like how I said Falcon with Captain America, Iron Man is another major protagonist, and you would heard a lot his best friend War Machine dying at the hands of Thanos. Don Cheadle has been playing War Machine since Iron Man 2, and War Machine's been in the MCU films since the very first, Iron Man. So he's had a long run, and I think it's going to end soon. First off, like I felt maybe it was foreshadowing in Captain America: Civil War when he got paralyzed, and like there's no more Iron Man solo movies coming out, so it wouldn't make sense for War Machine to show up so much more besides like maybe Avengers 4, and that's about it. So I think there's totally a good chance of him dying as one of the more minor characters. At number 5, I have Thor's brother, the anti-hero Loki. This is the first anti-hero on my list, and the main reason I'm saying this kind of comes from the trailer, which you just saw the image of him kind of handing over the Tesseract to Thanos. And Thanos is a particularly brutal guy, so I'm thinking that it's just not going to be just a friendly handover. Thanos is going to have to get it from Loki, and Loki looks pretty petrified in the image I just showed, and I think that maybe Thanos will kill Loki. So, like I said before, there are no true plans for a new Thor movie to come out, so like Loki, he wouldn't really be in much. Like, he's had a lot of stuff to do, and like for various Marvel films, and it kind of makes sense for like the first villain of the Avengers to die in this major like Avengers movie. So I think he totally could perish, and you kind of just be like sad because like, you can't go on forever with the is he good, is he bad character arc of Loki. You have to end it sometime. I think this would be a perfect spot to just kill Loki. So I think his chances of him dying are about 45%, I would say. At number 4, I have my personal favorite superhero, Steve Rogers, or Captain America. It's been rumored for a very long time that Captain America would die in the MCU. There was always rumors of his contract running up, and initially it was thought that in Civil War he'd die, but that didn't happen. So we've moved on to Avengers Infinity War. I'm thinking that starting from here, these are the characters that have at least a 50-50 shot of dying. I think Captain America does have a 50-50 shot. If he doesn't die in Infinity War, I'm totally sure he'll probably die in Avengers 4, whatever it's called. Because, well, for one, Chris Evans doesn't really have any more plans to continue with the MCU after this and maybe Avengers 4. And like I said before, there's the 9-picture contract that Sebastian Stan has as Winter Soldier, and I think he's totally going to be like in the comics. He's going to jump in as the new Captain America, and I think that'll be pretty cool, and I think that'll be a perfect send-off to Captain America, who's been just a fundamental part of the MCU, and it'd be perfect for him to die at like such a major part. And like in the trailer, you see him like bumping fists, like going up against Thanos. It's going to be a tough threat for Captain America to beat, and I think maybe he's going to die. So he'd potentially be the major character to die in the movie. Now in the top 3, I got Gamora's sister, Nebula. Just like Thor, Gamora has an anti-hero sister, and I think Nebula is a lot more likely to die than Loki. I think so much so that I would say she has about a 60% chance of dying in this film. So in the most recent Guardians of the Galaxy, she kind of like gained some more bonds with Gamora, and she like became more of a likable character. So it'd be kind of the perfect time, if you know what I mean, for her to get killed off, because that's what they do in the movies. Like, they make you feel sympathy more so for that character. And she, just like Gamora, has a lot of personal connections with Thanos, but she's not as important to the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. So I think it'd carry a lot of like just real like weight for her to die in this film, and then like they kind of address her death in the next Guardians of the Galaxy instead of actually killing off a Guardian. So I think that would be one of the minor character deaths that would make sense, and I think the second most likely of the minor character deaths. And number 2, I have Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. I think Iron Man is the most likely major character to die in the film. I think he's going to be the death that's like the big one that everybody's like, oh my god. And so much so I'd say he has about a 65% chance, in my opinion, of dying in Avengers Infinity War. So he's been with it since the start. Robert Downey Jr. starred in the first ever MCU film, Iron Man, and it would make sense for him to die in this major film, kind of closing out this era, going into the next era of the MCU with like Phase 4 and all that stuff. And also, yes, he's going to be in Avengers 4, Rob Downey Jr. is, but like it could be in another capacity. Like, for example, there's a set photo where he has blonde hair, which got me thinking that maybe it's like an alternate reality or something, and maybe it's not actually like actually in the next film, more just like a dream sequence of alternate reality or something like that. And the character I think most likely to bite the dust in Avengers is Vision. Just like I said, Tony Stark is the most likely major character that I think will die. I think Vision is the most likely, more minor character to die. So he was given a lot of time as Jarvis, who was like Tony Stark's like digital like computer like helper, but then he became like a full-fledged superhero when he was created as like an artificial intelligence unit. And it looks like he's gonna get a lot of drama in this movie. As you could see, he was like kind of disguised as a human with Scarlet Witch, so it kind of looks like maybe we'll get a more of an emotional arc as like almost a send-off. And here's another pick right here, where it looks like Thanos is prying out the Mind Stone from Vision's head in order to succeed in fulfilling the Infinity Gauntlet. And that makes me think that Thanos is gonna kill him. Like, it's not just like him taking the Tesseract from Loki. He has to literally rip it out of Vision's head, and my guess is that kills Vision. So that's why I think Vision is the most likely to die, with about an 80% chance, I think, of him dying in Infinity War, sadly, even though I think he's a great character. So, thank you for watching my ranking of the 10 most likely characters to die in Avengers Infinity War. Let me know your opinions down in the comment section below. And I don't want to see any of these characters die, but some of them have to. And maybe it'll make the movie more emotional and even better. So let's hope it's a great film. Check out my hopes and fears, which I'll put in the link in the description for Infinity War. Thanks for watching. See you guys later from Film Frenzy. Bye.